Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing today? It's really good to be back. The last time I was live was on Sunday. So if you didn't have a chance to watch that, go back and watch the replay. I am really happy that you're here today joining me again. And if you're not watching me live, that's okay. You might be in bed for all I know. Maybe it's too late for you to watch me. And then you'll be watching the replay. It's wonderful. It's really good to see you here. So let's start. My name is English teacher Linda G. I am your confidence building, phrase dropping English speaking coach. And in today's live, we're going to dive into some advanced business phrases, some colloquial expressions, and some phrasal verbs that will make you sound like you have been in the boardroom for years, even if you've just been watching Netflix in English. And I know you have, because a lot of my students do that. Now, if you are here live, say hello in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments and, of course, add a comment as well. Now, before we get started, I do want to share a little bit about who I am because you might not have looked at all the videos that I have on my channel. So, a little bit about who I am. Well, I have been teaching online for over 6 years. I have students from China, Japan, South Korea, Turkey, Brazil, Canada, yes, even in my own country, Saudi Arabia. I have a lot of students from everywhere. I even have had some students from Spain, from Italy, and of course from France, parce que je parle le français aussi, and so many different countries that I can't remember them all. My classes are typically fun, conversational, and of course, you'll also learn a lot of new vocabulary, phrasal verbs, idioms, and by the way, I offer corrections to, yes, I'll correct your mistakes. Of course, if you want more information, just go to my website at www.speakenglishwithconfidencenow.com. All right, let's get started. Let's get started. So today I'm going to be teaching you 5 advanced business phrases, 5 business colloquials, and some business phrasal verbs as well. And I would encourage you to take some paper and a pen to write them down, all right? I encourage you to write them down so that you can start practicing them regularly. So let's start first with the 5 advanced business phrases that you can use at work or in meetings. And the first one is circle back. And this means to return to a topic later. Here's an example. Let's circle back to the marketing strategy next week. Let's return to that topic again next week. All right, game changer. And this means something that's completely different that will change the situation. For example, this new software is a real game changer for our workflow. That means that this software is going to make a huge difference in our situation. All right, number 3, move the goalpost. This means to change the rules while someone is trying to achieve something. And here's an example. They keep moving the goalposts on this project. It's frustrating. Number 4, raise the bar. Raise the bar. And this means to set higher standards. Here's an example. This campaign really raises the bar for our future launches. And number 5, win-win situation. You have probably heard this one before. And this means a situation where everyone benefits. For example, if we partner with them, it's a win-win situation. It'll be a win-win situation. All right. So I'm going to take a little pause here, see if anybody's online. No. So when you are watching the replay, I would love to hear your feedback. I'd love to hear your comments, right? I would love to know a little bit more about who you are, where you're watching from, and what you would like to learn in future lives. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So right now we're going to look at some business colloquialisms. And these are just informal phrases. In this case, they're informal, but they're still very business appropriate phrases. And a colloquial is not just one word, but they might be 2 or 3 words that you will often hear together. There's a lot of them, but right now we're focusing on some business ones. Okay, number 1, no brainer. Now, this means it's an obvious decision. So, hiring her was a no brainer. She's perfect for this position. Number 2, in the same boat. This means in the same situation as someone else. For example, we're all in the same boat with these deadlines. We're all in the same boat with learning English. You might all be beginners, or you might all be intermediate, or maybe even advanced learners, and you're all in the same situation. Number 3, crunch time. This means a critical period when pressure is high. So, for example, it's crunch time. The report's due tomorrow. It's crunch time. And usually for accountants, crunch time is February, March, right? It depends on when the fiscal year ends. Crunch time. A lot of pressure. Critical period. Number 4, drop the ball. This means to make a mistake. I really dropped the ball on that client call. I really made a mistake when I was on the call with the client. Number 5, ahead of the curve. This means ahead of current trends or standards. For example, this company's always ahead of the curve in technology. All right, I'm going to take a little pause here. Hello, where are you watching me from? Yes, I can tell that someone is live with me right now. Please write it in the chat box. I am live. You are not on a recording. It's good to see you here. And please write down. You can write your name down. And that way I'll know if you're watching me on the next live, which will be next week, and I'll know where you're from as well. All right? Write it down. Don't be shy. It's okay if you make a mistake. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you learn and improve your English. All right, I'll check back in a few minutes. I'm going to go back to my notes. So we're going to keep going. We're now going to look at some phrasal verbs, right? Phrasal verbs are very, very common. And I think business idioms and phrasal verbs are where my students usually struggle with. So we look at a lot of different phrasal verbs and business idioms in our lessons because they are very, very common. And when you hear them, you might not understand what they mean. So here's number 1, look into. Look into means to investigate, to research a little more. For example, I'll look into that issue right away. I'll look into that issue right away. Number 2, follow up on. This means to check the progress or to remind someone. Can you follow up on that proposal? Or I'll follow up with you next week on that proposal, for example. It means to check progress or remind someone. Number 3, back out of. To back out of means to withdraw from something. They backed out of the deal at the last minute. They backed out of the deal at the last minute means that they withdrew from this deal probably when the deal was about to close and they decided to withdraw from it. And it happens. These things happen. Number 4, to bring up. This means to start discussing a topic. I'll bring that up in the next meeting. And the last one is work out. Again, some phrasal verbs have different meanings depending on the context. And right now I'm talking about business, not working out at the gym. Nope. So in this case, it means to resolve a problem or a situation. We'll work out the details later. We'll work out the details later. And one thing you want to keep in mind with phrasal verbs, they're verbs, right? They are verbs. So if I'm talking about something that happened yesterday, well, we have to use the past tense, right? We have worked out the details. We've worked out the details. Or yesterday, we worked out the details. We worked out the details. Or let's see, if I want to use bring up in the past, I've brought it up at our meeting yesterday. And I'm using the present, oh good Lord, the present, I can't remember which one it is. Oh my God, the present perfect. Yes, that's what it is. I'm using the present perfect. That's the advantage, the disadvantage of being live because I couldn't think of it. I have brought it up. I've brought it up. That was using the present perfect. And that's a whole different lesson altogether. It happens. It happens to the best of us that all of a sudden we forget the words. It happens, right? That's okay. That's okay. Let's keep going. So we've had our 5 business idioms, we've had our colloquials, and we've just finished doing the phrasal verbs. So that's it. That's it for today. That's it for your advanced business English class today. Now, if you want more phrasal verbs and idioms, go to my website at speakenglishwithconfidencenow.com/list. I've created a list with 10, 20, 30 different phrases for you. So go to my website and you can access that. And of course, don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. If you haven't done that yet, subscribe because I will be online, on live, and you'll catch my shorts very often. Okay. Of course, for more information on my services, you can also go to my website, speakenglishwithconfidencenow.com. I would love to be your teacher. So check out my website and come back next week, same time, same place, where I'll be teaching you something else. All right. Now I'm seeing that someone is still online. Please don't be shy. You can add your name and tell me where you're from. I would love to be able to say, hi, Joe. Hi, Stephanie. How are you today? And the only way that I'm going to know that is if you write down where you're calling from, or where you're viewing me from, I should say. All right. So I will end on that note. That means I'm going to finish right here, and I will see you next week. Same time, same place.